some of the things to listen for. One of the features, first of all, in this piece is the clarinet over the saxes, which was was a Benny Goodman effect. Independent sections now. We don't just hear the trumpet. We hear the band actually being stepped up with 4 players in each section, sometimes 5 in the saxes. So separate sections now of trombones. The sax is firmly established. There's a lot of use of short riffs, repeated riffs, that Don was talking about before. Much fuller sound now, of course, because we've got a big band and homophonic construction. Because the major 7th, major 9th, even 11th and 13th, and so on. The rhythm now returns very much to what the early Dixie New Orleans was, and that is that flat 4 rhythm. And shorter solos, matter of fact, because by now we're into the 30s and the gramophone record has been invented, but it only lasts for 3 minutes. And so unfortunately a lot of the arrangements that were originally done meant that the solos could only just have a short blow. We'll be hearing how they reacted to this later and started to get into what's known as the bebop era. Okay, so I was going to ask, I know we've still got time for Alan Turnbull to come and tell us something about this, maybe afterward when we finish it, and tell us a little bit about the swing era. And we'll just let you hear now the big band, the same melody, swing example.
The swing era, as it was called, really evolved around numerous bands in the 30s, but in particular the band of Benny Goodman, who was a great clarinet player, and he had a band with the dance band kind of set up, because in those days that really was the thing. There were, same here in this country, there were dance halls everywhere. Every suburb had enormous dance halls, and there was at least the Saturday night dance, but more commonly there'd be the Friday night dance, the Saturday night dance, the Wednesday night dance, and so on. And in fact, in Sydney alone, by the way, there was the Palais Royal, which is used to be out at the showground, and you would have 3,000 people dancing on the floor to the dance music. It was an incredible sight. And places like the Trocadero, which these places are now since gone in Sydney. But anyway, Benny Goodman had a particular style about his playing, and one arranger, orchestrator in particular, an American Negro named Fletcher Henderson, who wrote most of the music for the Benny Goodman band. And it had this element which came to be known as swing. And swing really was the culmination of the developmental thing where the quavers used to originally be even or straight, and they became dotted, sort of thing. This sort of feel had caught the imagination of the American nation in particular, aided by the fact that they started to broadcast from the dance halls, so that it wasn't just the people who were there on the spot dancing, it was suddenly going all over America on radio, and the whole nation started to get swept up in this thing. And the very, I'd say the most significant moment of all was when Benny Goodman and his band broke all barriers, which were considerable, I might say, of prejudice, by actually giving a jazz concert in Carnegie Hall, which up to that moment had only been the domain of the classical musician. not only did they give this concert, to this day it's spoken about as one of the most important and wonderful moments in all of jazz history. And if ever you get a chance, it's all recorded, and you must have a listen to this. It's just called Benny Goodman in Carnegie Hall. The Carnegie Hall concert of Benny Goodman, it's about 1936, I think, from memory. But you'll feel the excitement in the thing. It's quite remarkable. And the audience, in the end, were leaping out of their seats and jitterbugging and dancing in the aisles and goodness knows what. I wasn't there, they tell me. And I thought I'd get in before you. But anyway, that's the element of swing that we're referring to. Where's Dennis? Dennis? Okay. Come down to me. What do you want to do next? Okay, you explain.
Okay, what we're going to do now again is the band doing this for the first time, so I'm going to explain a few things to them too. But we're going to do a swing arrangement of a song by Hoagie Carmichael called Georgia on My Mind. Some of you Willie Nelson fans may have heard the song. And I'm going to ask Lee Gunness of Year 12 at the Entrance High School to come down. She's going to sing a chorus. Okay? Now, basically what we have here is an instrumental arrangement, and it's going to be a little difficult for Lee because when she comes in, just the way I've done it, which I've just been pointed out to by Ray on the piano, it's going to be difficult for her because she's got to change the key to come straight into. So I'm sure she can do it though. You excuse me a moment while I'll tell the rest of these people behind me what's happening. Okay, do you excuse my back? Okay, introduce you to one of the finest jazz pianists in the world today, really. He's fantastic. He's written and he's books on improvisation, he lectures. He's been to the Entrance High School before. He was up here with Professor David Baker from the University of Indiana. Would you please give a warm welcome to Paul McNamara.